Hey everybody, this is Francesco Abbruzzino with the Scoop News, and we are live once again. I thought I would go live because I started to type out stuff, and I'm like, it's easier just to do a video. I'll just go live. So hopefully a lot of you guys are out. I know here in Venice in about 45 minutes they got the egg extravaganza, but it looks like it's getting pretty damn cloudy out there. So I hope it doesn't rain. And then outside of that, we have the Benderson Park, the big truck thing going on, and I think I posted all this stuff on there. So, one other event we have tonight, and I'm sharing this as I talk to you guys, the protest. There's another protest tonight. Another weekend, another protest. It seems like every weekend there's one, and people are pretty much getting tired of it. And this one, I am not so sure. I'm somebody that if I see an issue with police, I'll call it out. I have no problem calling it out. But if I think they're doing the right thing and I think action's uncalled for, then I also will bring that to everybody's attention. And I'm wondering if that's the case in what we're going to cover today. And it's the same thing I covered last weekend, but same scenario, but different protests. If you didn't catch it last weekend, basically, here's the video. We're going to play it real quick, and then we're going to shut it off because we don't want to retake of what happened yesterday. And I'm not looking at any comments. So, sorry, I won't. Maybe towards the end I'll look at some comments. So let's go ahead and revert to that thing. Whoops. I was listening to some Foo Fighters. All right, here we go.
Come on, dude. Come on, Diddy. Oh, shit. Oh, he need to stop. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Okay, so there you have it. You have this incident, and I don't think you guys can hear it like last week. So, I'm looking at this, and what we're missing is what happened from the house to the street. And right there, I don't know how he got in that street. I have no idea. Maybe they shoved him. I have no idea. Should they be listening to him? Do they seem like the police are overly hostile towards him? To me, it doesn't in this video. It seems like you got a guy that's flinging his arms everywhere, kicking and stuff, and they're just trying to get him under control. Now, if he is on spice, like they said, because he was caught with some spice on him, then you got a situation. And you got to wonder why the African-American community, why their kids grow up to hate cops, because of stuff like this, where they're in there throwing punches, yelling and stuff, and it's like, get the kids under control, folks. They shouldn't even be out there. So there are different versions of what occurred out there, and I'm going to take you to a screen that we'll look at, and you have what the SPD says, and then what Answer Sarasota BLM says through their fiance. And if you go to this, let me make it a little bit larger for you guys. Basically, this is from the police page, and there's Mr. Washington there. And they basically came in and said that they went out to this place over on Gore Street and they assisted the Sarasota Emergency Services. They basically said that the police called them out, or EMS called them out there on location. Now, the fiance is saying that no, the police were there prior to EMS and they didn't call them out there. Washington, they said they arrived there and they had an active felony warrant for Washington. This is somebody that obviously has a checker past. They said he opened the door and tried to slam it on them. The officers were able to push their way through, and he started punching the officers in the face and another one in the arm. The fiance says no, they didn't knock. They just came barging in, and has a different point of what happened there. And that's where it sort of gets lost. Nobody explains what happened from the house to the car, how he ended up on the ground there. They said they did find him, and other officers came. They subdued him. He was on some MDMA, and that's the version that they're putting out now. Answer Sarasota put out some information on their protest that's going to occur today, and let me get us to that screen. So basically, Justice for Chad Washington dropped the charges, fire the cops, which we all know is not going to answer. Answer Suncoast. Very, in my mind, I've seen them out at events, and they're very extreme. Almost, they do not like police. I can tell you that, and I would almost say they're communist. But they have some very extreme views, which would be to the left, but even further than most Democrats or liberals would want to side with. So this is going to, the thing is tonight at 7:30. I always get nervous when you hear about these nighttime events in front of the police station. Can they go wrong? And especially when you see alleged police brutality, people tend to get very emotional, and you tend to see a lot of issues that pop up. Now, this says at 5 points. It starts at 5 points, but I think they're making their way there. Basically, they're saying Saturday night we're going to continue to demand that Chad Washington, who was brutally brutalized by the SPD, that's basically action is taken on his behalf. They're gathering at 5 points. If you don't know where 5 points is, it's basically over there, right across from Starbucks, by the right across the street from the Selby Library. They have a lot of protests gather there for some reason, not sure why. Then they're going to march through downtown to the SPD. And they're saying that on March 22nd that Washington's family called EMS for help. When SPD showed, they knocked very softly, then came in unannounced. Now, last version I saw, they said they didn't knock. That answer Sarasota put out. Upon entering, the two officers charged Washington to the floor. Well, he had a felony warrant. Then they began punching, choking, and tasing him. Not sure what led to that. What did Washington do? I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. It started in the kitchen and ended up with him being pinned under the car. So somehow started in the kitchen, and they made their way all the way out to the car where he was pinned there. As they continued to use excess force, as I saw on the video, I didn't see excess force. I saw some cops trying to get a guy that's flinging his arms and kicking everywhere under control, so they could maybe handcuff him and try to get bring some sanity back to what seemed like a pretty insane situation. They charged Washington with battery on an officer and everything that went on. They want the charges dropped. They want the officers fired, and they want to hold the SPD accountable. There's no commentary on here except for what, there's Ezra Khan. Thanks for all who coordinated this. Will be there and bring percussion. I guess they're bringing some kind of drums. So, what do you guys think? Now, let me get to my comments and see what you guys are saying. Sorry, I didn't fire up my laptop, so I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball on this. What do you think? Are you guys, first of all, are any of you guys going to it? I'm not. I'm a almost 51-year-old guy. I'm in bed at 8 o'clock. Actually, not today. I'm hoping to be in bed later. I'm hoping my buddy Pepe's going to call me back and set me up with an appointment, reservation for Napolia. All right, so what's Kathy say? That would be the fiance that called for help for the domestic abuse in the past and then takes it back. Okay, I don't know about that one. I'm assuming Kathy read something I haven't, that there's been some domestic abuse. Actually, I think I did read something about that, but I don't recall exactly what they said. I think they do it well. Yeah, Casey's referring to how they handled not young man, he seemed like around my age, that he was handling it well. Kurt said the guy was in an uncontrollable drug fit. The kids did not help at all. The cops did what they needed to do. I gotta tell you, I've seen a lot of stuff where individuals are on that spice. They are uncontrollable, folks. And you never know what your situation you're getting into now. And, I don't know if you guys read the statistic. It came out. God, when was this? It was an African-American conservative blogger. She had a blog on YouTube that had over 80 million views. And on there, she was talking about how people look at MSM as fake media. And that's why everyone's turning to YouTube, and now they're trying to get it kicked off YouTube. But in the same video report, she covered how African Americans are less likely to be injured by cops than whites in most cases, and especially so now since BLM came out. She was basically pushing the narrative that BLM has been destructive for the black community because now cops are apprehensive to go in there because if they go in, they can be accused of brutality. And are we seeing that here? And that's the question. You know, a lot of times people say I'm a cop hater, and I'm not, but they say it because I bring so many issues to attention, you know, and I firmly believe that, you know, I think I mentioned this a couple shows ago where like this guy in Bradenton, this cop came down here to Venice, sexually assaulted a minor on the beach. They arrested him, but did not put his face anywhere on the arrest reports. And I don't think they should get special privileges. I don't think that they should be handled differently. And I think the reason that, because these officers in blue do that, you tend to have a lot more issues with different police. And they're not all bad. It's certain bad apples. I didn't see any bad apples here. And I don't know if I'm just missing it. And now I'll get a lot of people from BLM, from a lot of individuals that do not like cops saying, oh, you're an idiot, Frank. That was abusive. Show me. Show me where it was abusive. So any more thoughts? Hey, Paul, good morning. So this event is taking place today at 7:30. It meets at 5 points. Generally speaking, if you are going to the event, if you want to partake in it, it's your right, free speech. Go out there and, you know. Again, I don't know who was writing the situation. I just see the video and look at it. A good place to park is Marina Jack's because I don't know if people know this, they have a valet. If you drive out to Marina Jack's, they have valet. And you just got to tip them, you know, $1, $2, $3, whatever it is. And they valet park your car. You don't even have to go into Marina Jack's. I park there all the time, and then I'll walk over to 5 points. 5 points is what, a 5-minute walk from there? Across the street, down the street, make a left, and you'll see it. Starbucks is there, grab a coffee. And then they're going to march to the SPD station, which isn't that far of a march. I'm not sure if they'll have larger crowds than what they had the last time. And if you do it, shoot back some live videos. Again, I'll be up in Sarasota. I just won't. I'll be hopefully up in Sarasota if Pepe hooks me up. I just don't think I'll be that far north enough to go up there. And again, I'm not a fan favorite of Answer Sarasota. They kind of dislike me. And last time they had a rally. And it's funny. A lot of times all I do is when I go to these rallies, I don't go out and voice my opinion. I just don't do it. And you've never seen me do that. Nobody has. What I do is I'll go up to them and I'll ask them, why are you here? And they'll say, well, we're protesting. When you protest, and they'll say something, I'll go, well, is that accurate? Because I've heard this. And I bring up different things just to try to get them to think and show that sometimes what they're saying isn't accurate. But I don't espouse my views. But for some reason, they hate me. And at that last event I was at, I was basically approached and said, yeah, you need to get the hell out of here because people aren't too happy with the questions you're asking. How long? That was over a year ago. What was that issue? I met Luigi there. Man, what was the issue going on there? Sorry, I'm trying to think. I know there was a bunch of... I think it was right around when Trump was elected because there was a bunch of... trans there. I remember talking to some of the people in the trans community. There was people in the immigration community. There was like all these different issues that they were handling. Yeah, Christina, I'm wondering too. Here, we'll show that video one more time, guys. Let me, actually I could do that. Hold on one second. Let me switch to this screen. And here, yeah, Christina, I'm wondering too. Here, we'll show that video one more time, guys. Let me, so let's watch it one more time. You guys, I'll put the volume on. Hold on one second. Let me switch to this screen. And here, yeah, Christina, I'm wondering too. Here, we'll show that video one more time, guys. Let me, so let's watch it one more time. You guys, I'll put the volume on. Let me switch to this screen. Yeah, Christina, I'm wondering too. Yeah, show the regular video. Oh my God. Watch one more time. You guys, I'll check all these kids that are in the at one point, somebody got shot. Oh my God. this a lot where groups like BLM, Answer Some Coast, whatever, they'll come out and they'll put out these snippets. What happened? And, you know, I don't know if they edited this. I don't know if they just started at this point. And you see this a lot where groups like BLM, Answer Some Coast, but I like to know if they put out these snippets. What happened? So, let's get back here. We're back at this scene, and boom. All right, let's see if we can wrap it up. Let's see if there's any more questions out there. Can't hear you. That's the story of my life, Paul. Not sure if you guys can hear me now. All right, so that's it. Tonight, 7:30, the Battle Royale. What will happen? Will it be peaceful? Will tensions and emotions get the best of everybody? Starts at 5 points. The march is down to SPD. I'm sure there will be a lot of extra security. If you want to march, great. Freedom of speech. Get out there. Have your voice be heard. Not sure if you're against it if I would go there. Hopefully they have them separated because that's generally how tensions get even more heated. People that are pro-police and not happy with what's happening there may go there. Cause a ruckus. Hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. And that's it. All right, everybody. I got to go do a bunch of medical coding and medical work. So I'm here at the desk for the rest of the day. Everybody have a great day. This has been Frankie Abbruzzino with The Scoop. Oh, yeah, wait, real quick. Try it. I made $12 off Amazon. So if you shop through there, I get credit. $12, folks. That pays a lot of bills. And then this is actually what I drink every day. It's organic vitamin mineral mix. Very good. Longevity. They drop ship it to me every day. I go to the gym. I work out 2 hours a day. I've tried several things. This is actually pretty good. I'm not like a lot of... When I used to work at Phil's game, he said he tried it all the time and he didn't. A lot of these guys will sit there and bullshit and lie. I actually do drink this all the time. But I'm always looking for new stuff. So if I can find something better, I'll bring that out there too. All right, everybody. Have a great day.